That's the towpath down there, other side of that road. I think that's Deneen Road, maybe. I'm not sure. Towpath is down there. Western Maryland Rail Trail, repaved. Keep going up. What's this, a 0.5%? Maybe a full percent, maybe. Pretty much pedaling constantly is out of Hancock. Little Orleans area will be up ahead. For another 15 miles. Just look at this. This is nice and smooth. And they rolled shoulders on crushed gravel. Towpath in the river. try to avoid these edges if you can. The rolled shoulders, it's just crushed stone. It won't stay compacted like that forever. And I'm sure the very edge is very soft. It'll give way. I rolled on part of it just by accident, and it was a little bit soft. It held me in my bike and all, but definitely a different feel. Coming up to the Pierre area, just past the Poly Ponds area, where the towpath bridge is sinking and is closed. This is the alternate detour route on the rail trail around the bridge. The crush path across the little creek there is still active, still there. I saw that from the video. But that's 134.3 if you're going by the milepost for the towpath. 136.2 up here is where it crosses over. So we're within about 1.5 miles of the crossover. I'm going to stay on the towpath, the rail trail, all the way to Little Orleans area. It's not a town, if you're not familiar with the area. Little Orleans is not a town, it's just a place on the map, historic. There is a place, Bar and Grill, Bill's Place, but it's only open Thursday to Sunday, I think. And I'm not sure about winter hours. A lot of things close up after October. Just check Google, I guess. I'll call. How did I get up there? Put that down to 1. Gotta conserve my battery. I've got a long ways to go. About 5 or 6 hours to Cumberland yet. I guess if I ran out of electric, I could beg to charge, but I'm not. I have charge. I have spare battery. It's gonna be close, I think, though. 60 miles on 2 batteries. We'll see. That was from Hancock to Cumberland, 60 miles. Still got about 48 miles yet. And still in the upper part of the charge, probably 20% used up, going on 25. We'll see. Pawpaw, it's 156. That's about a little under 20 miles? Yeah, a little under 20 miles from Pawpaw. They have a Dollar General, Liberty gas station. I might check out their park and see if they have electric outlet there. Still a testing scouting mission for this trip. Check things out, see what's available for an e-bike charge on after season. So my plan was to go to Pittsburgh and come back to Connellsville, pick up the train and go back home. But I've been watching the weather forecast, and last night they posted the snow accumulation totals estimated. Still about a 50% that they're going to get 4 to 8 inches. But 2 years ago I took the Surly up to Deal, to the Eastern Continental Divide area, and they had 3 inches then, and I couldn't get any traction. It was hard going. So I'm sure it would be the same thing with these tires. So even if they got 2 inches of snow accumulation, it would be kind of tough. 2 probably, maybe it would be okay, but more than that, I definitely couldn't do it. But they're calling for 4 to 8 and 8 to 12 in some areas. Myersdale and Connellsville. So about a foot of snow between Myersdale and Connellsville coming in. So this section is probably about 5 years old maybe, and you can see how the edges, the shoulders, crushed stone is built up to the paved part. And this is what it'll look like in a few years on the new paved, repaved section. .138 towpath. Rail trail mile 24. Indigo tunnels up here, the other end of it. I went too far, I really can't get a good view. It's all gated off, has bats and stuff in it. A little more view up there. Maybe can't see it from the video, but that's the end of the tunnel up here, the east end. So this goes for about 2.5 miles, goes back on the rail trail for another 3/4 of a mile. If you wanted to go up to the parking lot. A little further, you can go to the edge, to the end of the rail trail, up here a couple miles, and you can see the old railroad trestle. We won't see that today. But for now, another couple miles of this to go around the Indigo Tunnel. It's been closed off because of the bats. Got to pay attention to where your wheel heads, because you don't want to roll off. Potomac River. And the tunnel going through there. This is 138 to 140 area, bypassing the tunnel. See how open it is. And they resurfaced this section about 2-3 years ago. Makes it much better. Before, there was a lot of black silt mud in here, and after a rain it would be just nothing but mud and puddles, but this makes it nice. Across the river is the railroad tracks. $139. Rail trail, mile 25. Coming up to a lock up here on the right, and I believe a hiker-biker campsite on the left. About 139 and a little bit. Be careful on the right up here. The edge of the lock is kind of close to the trail, towpath. Lock 57. Yeah, right here. Be careful of the edge. Pump handles are off for the winter. Doesn't make any sense to me because they're frost-free pumps. Water doesn't stay in the pipes or anything. 140. And that's the other end of the tunnel up there, Indigo Tunnel. Ramp. Built back in 2019. You can smell creosote coal. Mile 26. a little higher vantage point here. The end of the rail trail's up here, or at least where it goes into the parking lot, where you can go down to the towpath, half a mile ahead. Sensor's not working on the flasher. Take that road down, you can continue on the towpath, or get on the towpath. This will take you down a little bit to that parking lot. Then you'll see Bill's place there on the right. Flag displayed, that's great. That is Bill's place. I think his hours are Thursday to Sunday. Double check on winter hours. Alright, so here's the parking lot I was telling you about. The towpath is down here. It'll continue there. But you can take the towpath, take the rail trail through the parking lot and down to the right. But this will continue another half mile or so to the very, very end of the rail trail. I'm going to take it down here real quick and see the railroad trestle. I thought they were going to put a picnic table in, but I guess not. And the end of the line. That's the towpath down there. It's about mile 143.5 or so. Last line to run was 1975. That's West Virginia over there. All right, heading back to the parking lot to reconnect with the towpath and continue on to Pawpaw from Little Orleans area. All right, boys. No overnight parking. Not here. Okay, so down here was Bill's place ahead of us. To the right is where we want to go. To the left, there's a campground up about 9% incline for about a mile. But we're going to the right. And to the right again. Watch traffic. Traffic comes out of here for the boat ramp over there. So they call this the 15-mile creek area. And the towpath is right over here. Continues there, east. So come here, across to where we're at now. And it continues on that way, further west. And we just came from back there. All right, let's keep going. It's pretty remote up ahead for the next 13-15 miles. Pawpaw town itself is about 156 area, a little bit. This is 141. So 15 miles to Pawpaw, not including the bike path and going into town for another mile. We'll lose some cell service at some point, and as I get closer to the tunnel, at Sorrel Ridge campsite, there's no service. I don't even think I can call out. So things are looking good. So let me keep going. All right, so the battery level is pretty good. I'd say probably used about 30% coming to this point from 124.5. So I've come about 17 miles on about 30%, maybe. Still have the spare battery. And back in assist 1. Keep the motor on. Gearing is just a little bit too high for no motor. This gets pretty rustic through here, so watch the ruts, mud puddles, and dips. I think there's some roots up here at some point. $141. It's like they laid some stone down since I've been on here last, but that's been a while, I think. I do remember this part having some stones, rocks sticking up, and some roots, kind of hidden by the leaves. Just have to be careful. I'm always trying to scan the towpaths right ahead of me and to see what I might have to avoid. So far it's been nice. A larger rock down though, stone, that they laid down a few years ago probably. I'm trying to think when I was through here last, a year ago maybe. So mile 142. And it'll be a lot like this for the most part all through here. It'll go further away from the river for a bit. $143. Over there is the railroad trestle we saw just a little bit ago at the end of the rail trail. It's abandoned, last used 1975. first of a couple routes I've hit. Coming up on mile 144. And I think that's Green Ridge State Forest over there to the right edge of it. .144 mile marker. Block 58. This is the area you want to watch out for some roots. I think they're still there. Yeah, it's still there, a big one. Now watch this root. It's right after 144 mile marker if you're going west. Right at the campsite, you'll see this big tree. Sort of big. Anyways, you want to be on the lookout for some roots between 144 and 145, and probably some other places. But this is the biggest one. A friend of ours, mine, actually had a wreck here and broke some bones. So be careful on it. It's getting pretty old and decayed now in places, but if it's wet, man, it's going to be slippery. I know they've tried to build it up, it looks like. Looks like there's one right before that. And that, let's say if your tire slides on that, you're going to go down. Mentioned it before, just be careful. Campsite, 144 point, a little bit. .146. 147. .48. .149. Stick Pile Hill. .150. State Road, State Forest Road. Bond's Landing back there to the left. Green Ridge State Forest over to the right. Water break, snack break. A little more accessible if you have a loose bag. Couple stats. 25-mile mark here since this morning. Just checking the battery, and it's about probably 55%. Probably approaching 50%. Working on the 50% bar. 25 miles put in, a little over 3.5 hours. A little slow going in this section. A little bit rougher, not bad. This is the between Little Orleans area and Pawpaw Tunnel. So about 150 and a little bit marker. And it's starting to rain, sprinkle. Outpost 151 was back there. $153. Box 61. That goes over to a state forest campsite. $10 a night it used to be. May still be. Very primitive. No water, nothing. Maybe a picnic table, fire ring. Continuing on to the Pawpaw Tunnel in about another mile and a half. That was 153.5. That was one of the ways around the tunnel, a rustic way through the state forest on state forest roads, and a little path there. A little bit of an incline here, 1% on the towpath. Up here a bit is Sorrel Ridge campsite on the left. No service. Cell reception, that is. $154. And Sorrel Ridge campsite up here, 154.2. And the tunnel about another half mile. Everywhere you see the stone patches used to be a long mud patch. Like that one year here in a mud patch. Didn't compensate enough. $63 1/3 lock. 63 1/3. Let me guess, 64 2/3. Well, what happened to the other lock and 1/3? Block 66. This is where they skip one. If you're familiar with this, this is the downriver portal end of the Pawpaw Tunnel. This is the big cut coming up here on the right. They had some work done the past year, rebuilt the boardwalk, and took out a lot of rock that had fallen over the years. So let's go up here and check it out again. The Pawpaw Tunnel, or the Tunnel Hill Trail. A lot of people are familiar with that one. It goes up and over the tunnel. Whenever the tunnel was closed for that 1.5 years or so.
Just go over Georgia. see my brother. He said he'd meet me when I come. Now I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over.
$156. Paw is that away, but I'm going to try to keep going this way. Pick up the speed now. See how bad it got up here. First lane campsite. $157. About 157.2. And that goes out to Sulphur Spring Road, out to Maryland 51. And that's First Lane Creek. 160. Block 67. Excess Maryland 51 out there. $162. Another campground. Town Creek, like a biker site. About 162. Used to be the B&O railroad over there back in the day. 163. See it better here. That's where the C&O railroad ran, alongside the towpath here in the canal. $164. Potomac Forks. Forks. 166. Looking both ways. Block 71 at 167. Nine. Pigman's Ferry, 169. $170. $172. Just past 173. been going uphill a little bit. I guess when you're tired, you notice it more. A little bit tired. Had them about 7.5 hours now. Hard to see down here, but this is Spring Gap, I think. Drive-in campsite. About 173 something. There's the rest of it there. Road coming in. Comes off of 51. I think that's 51. Alright, so after Spring Gap, it goes back to like a 2-track towpath with a grass median in the middle. The grass strip there. I think it's going to get resurfaced at some point here soon. Maybe. It's good like it is, except some places beyond here where there's more mud after a rain. It'd be nice to fix those though. This has been, it looks like patched up some. Not too bad. It's rolling smooth, pretty good. Haven't noticed anything bad yet. It's been a couple years since I've been up the sand, I think. Sun has completely went down beyond the horizon, so it won't be long before it's pretty dark. About 10 miles left to go to Cumberland, and I'll be there. Check somewhere to eat. Had a little bit of rain this afternoon, a little bit, 2 sprinkles. Must have been some remaining water puddles. The sprinkles are coming back. A little bit of more rain. 174. So we've got about 10.5 miles. Probably about an hour, a little bit, and the sprinkles are coming down. It's going to go fast enough to keep in between them. This is the most technical part of the towpath so far. We know that though. Not too awful bad, just got to slow down. 6 miles an hour. Okay, reverted to the lights now. Turn some lights on now. So keep going. Keep straight. One-handed steering is a little tough, especially on a technical track like this. Some ruts. Okay, stay focused. Less than 10 miles. Get there one piece. Oh, mud there. Try to stay out of the mud. Two hands on the steering wheel, buddy. Put the phone down. Okay. Trying to capture some of this, but I got to put two hands on this handlebar. It's pretty technical through those mud puddle pits. Stay balanced. So about 8 miles or so left, I think. Then I'll be there. Grab something to eat. Said that twice. I must be hungry. I didn't really stop to eat anything. I got plenty of food to fix. Just didn't. Kind of the same old thing. Focused on getting there. About the journey, but it's also about the destination. If I didn't want to climb up the big Savage Tunnel tomorrow, with the snow coming in Thursday, I wouldn't really be bothered too much. I wish that mud. Oh. Keep an eye. Okay. 75, so officially under 10 miles to go. Potomac River to the left, canal to the right, and of course you know this is the towpath. Keep going. Can you do it or not? I think so. Alright. Ruts are hard to see. Rolling again. Stay on the towpath. Good thing you don't have smell-o-vision in this section. Sewer treatment plant. $176. Hold your breath. Don't breathe. Almost to 178. .181 area. Nearing the 182 area. About 3 miles to go. Look both ways. Seems pretty smooth. Not the usual finale into Cumberland of the last mile, but there's some lights in the distance.